no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. And we have Rob here, aka Wolfie. No receipts, no receipts, no problem, no mercy. Correct? I believe.
That is correct.
And how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Oh, good. As usual, running late. Like my life is running late, even though I really, truly have nothing scheduled except my live streams, but I can never seem to get my shit done in time to be here, to be prepared. So, looks like my mic is on. Everything seems to be working. Harley, again, is missing in action,
Yay.
but I'll try to get him in after. But, so today, obviously, we all know that we're going to talk about Darius Macdougall. I want to, you know what, the thing with Darius is with these cases, you always think, you always just assume that these kids are going to be found. We're going to figure out what happened, but here we are. I believe it's going on 9 months and still nothing, and even less than we were getting from Jack and Lily, because at least with Jack and Lily's case, we had Daniel out talking, we had the DT show where Janie was out talking, we had Durwood, we had people adding to the narratives, good, bad, ugly, whatever it was, but we had conversation. But with Darius, unless you're in the Facebook groups, there's really nothing. And so, like, I wanted to cover Darius's case. Rob knows that I had reached out to family early on. I was having conversations with them, but then ghosted. And Rob, you can talk about your experience as well with that, because I know that after you started your own channel, you also were trying to work at getting somebody to talk for Darius as well, right?
I've been kind of involved with the Facebook group Darius Warriors, so I've been talking with the lead searcher with that group, and I have been trying to talk with family here and there, a little bit of an aunt and a little bit of the grandmother as well, and got nowhere with it. And it's been what, I haven't talked to the grandma for at least maybe a month or two, and the aunt maybe since January. So, but I went out and searched on the 24th of May, and then going out again on the 23rd of this month.
Yeah, and I know YouTube is not the be all end all for case coverage, but when you have the mainstream media not saying anything, very few written articles, like ongoing articles, RCMP, or, status quo, saying absolutely nothing. But then we have even less from the family. And whenever I go on to the Facebook groups, all I see is like literal drama. And maybe I'm just in the wrong groups. I don't know for sure, but I mean, I'm getting no information to be able to talk about. Do you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that your experience down in the Crow's Nest Pass and the upcoming search and some of your conversations with the searchers will help us start a conversation, at least on this channel, to, raise. And I'm also, I didn't have time to talk to Rob about this, but I've got a plan and some contact numbers to start ruffling some feathers behind the scenes on this,
Good.
just to find out why why there's no why there's no real noise being made. So hopefully I'll be able to get some information, or at least make some headway to see if there's been any. I believe they were called judicial authorizations in Jack and Lily's case. There has to be the same investigative processes in Darius's case, but if he's a missing child and still considered a missing persons act investigation, then the public needs to talk about it. And you know what? Darius deserves just as much coverage as Jack and Lily. So it's a place to start, and hopefully we can get some traction. Hey, Rob.
Absolutely. From my experience, probably from November, December, when we were kind of like, I was talking a little bit with Deanne a little bit, and then she kind of ghosted me for a while, right up till after New Year's. And then I think there was some of the Facebook groups I got involved with, and I've had my experience with full Facebook groups. Everybody's had experience with Facebook groups, especially the uncensored group, right? Windows is no longer there anymore. With the Jack and Lily case, right? And this one is really, it's more like family attacking searchers, if I could say that. I'm not going to elaborate too much about it from what I've got, because I've talked to you behind the scenes, Charmaine, and um, they're not willing to come on to YouTube at all. I think Justin did a live, maybe the first couple months he did a live. Justin and Clutch and Pearls. Crime with Kate did a live about the same time around. Some of the psychics actually did, psychic channels actually did a live that same time around, but then it just got cold for a little bit. So, as for the RCMP, when I was out there, cadaver dogs were out there on the 23rd. I went out there on the 24th. They came back on the afternoon, supposedly, after I had left. And that's the last I've heard of it. And then they were talking about searches going again a week today.
So do you have you watched much coverage from the psychics? What are they saying? Not that I don't put a whole lot of weight into true crime psychics that aren't, they don't go directly to police with their information. I don't like it. I'm not saying, I'm not casting any shade on them, but I don't
No.
tend to follow them. But what are they saying? Do you know?
Been a lot of I don't know if you're not into that or not, but they were doing a lot of spirit boxes than anything really. And that's pretty much about it. I had a couple leads towards to Fort McLeod. Fort McLeod is about a good 40 minutes, I'd say, from Crow's Nest Pass. Halfway in between Crow's Nest Pass and Lethbridge, along Highway 2 there. I plan to check that out a little bit on my way in. Maybe probably go Monday or something and check it out. At least it's something. I've heard a lot of stories the family is there. How could I say it? It's almost similar like Jack and Lily, where it's like the stories are very condescending. They're very off. There's no real timeline or anything like that. Basically, I've heard Darius might have been possibly unalive and the body might have been moved off the mountain. I've heard that he might have not made it to the camping trip at all. Like some stories like that, eh? So,
Sorry. So, not even made it to the camping trip. Like, where did you hear that from? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, were there not pictures of him on that camping trip? That,
Yeah,
like this is what he was wearing the morning that he went for that walk or whatever. I've seen a picture of that.
yeah, yeah. I'm coming in from the searchers actually.
That rumor or whatever is coming from
Yeah,
searchers.
well, from the family, anyways. Yeah, and then some of the searchers have brought it up from the family members.
Okay, and I know I don't want to put you that I'm not trying to put you on the spot here, Rob, but I
No,
think it's important for people to, and for me also, the reason why I decided to do this is when you told me that, you know, the family is kind of pushing back on some of the search efforts, and
yeah,
I that raises some serious red flags for me. And if that means I think it's important to talk about it. So do you mind talking about it? And you can just say allegedly, whatever, like you're not accusing anybody of anything. But, you know, if this is the reality of what is going on during search efforts or even Facebook, I don't know if they're doing fundraisers or any kind of rallies or anything like that. But if that's kind of what's going on, then it matters. Could you
yeah,
imagine for 1 second
yeah,
if that was happening with Jack and Lily? Like, people would
yeah,
lose their friggin' minds. So, do you
yeah.
mind talking about that a bit?
I can talk a little bit about it. From what I gathered, like basically, like some of the relatives, like like the immediate family, like um, they've been attacking a lot of the searchers, basically all in the Facebook groups and anything really. Um, there's been a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of misperception and a lot of like stories that where the stories are not jiving. You know what I mean? Um, so like there were times where they said that that Darius might have wandered off, or Darius might have drowned, or Darius might have like the body might have been moved. There was a They're like basically it's coming across that he's obviously it's been like what 9 months now, and they're already saying like there's people saying no, he's unalive, he might be still alive. Like it's I don't know.
There are, I do know that there are people who think that he was abducted. There are
Yeah,
people that think that it's possible he was trafficked. And in those cases, I mean, he could possibly still be alive. And the fact is, and I'll do a recap of the case. Don't worry, guys. But the fact is that Darius, when he went for his walk, he was wearing Crocs,
yeah,
and had he fallen into the river, which I do believe Rob's got a picture, a video of the river,
yeah,
those Crocs would have came off. They float,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So, but nothing has been found, so that leads me to believe that that didn't happen. So,
yeah,
and it's not too far from, I don't know exactly how far the campsite is from the road, but when I drove by in January, like the Livingston, I think it's Island Lake Park or something,
yeah.
it's not too terribly far from the highway. So, do you like how
No.
far away was the campsite? Do you know?
Um. Okay. Well, it's I can bring up pictures if you want. Um. And I can share right now if you like. I could say from the Black Bridge. Did you see the Black Bridge at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say maybe I'm gonna say about 3 4 minute drive right from the road to that Black Bridge. Like time wise, I couldn't tell you about kilometers or anything like that because I was looking around basically. Um, and when you go a little bit further in, literally the campsite was right beside the waterfall. I didn't go in there because I didn't know if they were like if it was police taped off or nothing. I know that somebody was supposed to go out there. Supposedly, there was a rumor that the RCMP told somebody that they weren't supposed to move their camper or something like that. It was all supposed to be together and not moved at all, and they never moved it at all. So, um,
And that's
from the
even
Black
now.
Parade,
Like we're talking like he went missing in September, and
yeah,
Grandpa's camper has been out there since.
yeah,
And we're talking like in May, he's still not allowed to remove his camper.
no,
That's odd, don't you
yeah,
think?
yeah.
Sorry, I was just looking at something. So, Baby Monkey wants to know if it's both sides or the father's side attacking the searchers. So
The
maybe yeah, go ahead.
father side,
Okay, so if you just want to maybe elaborate on that, or just what you've heard. Well, I'm quickly going to look up something that I can bring up and just read about Darius's disappearance so that we can catch everybody up on it.
yeah. So basically, it's the grandfather on the dad's side that's been attacking the searchers. And it's mostly in Facebook groups right now. That's all I could tell you. I haven't seen any of the attacks at all myself. I've been hearing it from the searchers itself. There's searchers are actually getting PM'd. They're being text. They're being harassed. It got to the point where I was out there on the 20, like I said, I was on May 24th, and some of the family members came up, was part of that search with the lead searcher, and people who volunteered to come out as well refused to come out because the family was there. So, and that's how bad it is.
Which is absolutely crazy. Like, we're talking about a missing child, and you need to be able to put your differences aside, even so much as, case coverage or conversations and stuff. We're talking about a missing little boy. If he was your family or your friend, you need to put your differences aside and just work towards the common goal of figuring out where Darius is.
Absolutely.
you know and like for us, we're all going to work together to get the word out, and maybe, like I said in the beginning, ruffle some feathers, and hopefully shake some information loose. Anyways, we were, the media was able to do it with Jack and Lily's case, so it's still the same country. And I'm curious as to why nobody seems to be looking for Darius. Like, yes, they've got the searchers. I get that. And
Yeah.
you go out as often as you can,
Yeah.
but where's the family? And I know that I used to show short videos, the family, like the dad, even the mom, the auntie, the grandparents. They would put out these short videos, just messages for Darius.
Hmm.
I haven't seen that in months.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in months. Have you?
No, no, I haven't either myself.
This family must have a thick history to look back on. I've
Yeah.
heard some things. What kind of things have you heard?
On the family,
Yeah.
just mostly the grandfather than anything right now. There's been, like I said, there's been a few stories here and there from the family, like being questioned or whatever. I know one of them was in contact with RCMP. Uh, One of the searchers been in contact with the RCMP. Sorry. Here and there. I'm not going to say very often. Like anytime they conduct a search, they've actually have to talk to the RCMP when they go, right? So.
I'm just pulling up the latest news story, which was There was a very short one last 3 weeks ago from the last search. But
Yep.
this one, I believe, well, it's from 6 months ago. But I remember at the beginning, we couldn't even get like one story about where exactly he went missing from. There
Yep.
was, sorry, Captain, ask your question again. Was there a question? Sounds like people don't want people looking. That's exactly why we're going to start looking. And I think just probably verbal attacks, trying to maybe intimidate or dissuade people from looking. But that's exactly why we're going to start. Because like I said, in the beginning, when I thought I was going to have the close family friend of the mom, and then I had Darius's aunt, and they were all willing to come up. And after a certain amount of time being ghosted, and having to bug, I don't like to, it made me feel like I was intruding on their trauma. I don't want to be that person. So if they didn't want my help, that's fine. But there was only so much you can do when nobody else is talking to you. So I let it go. But now we're at the point where, okay, so now still no trace of the boy has been found. Mainstream media isn't covering it. Searchers are being attacked by family and other suspicious things. Like I said, Grandpa's trailer is still not allowed to be moved. I, for one, and I'm not saying anything, but I don't like coincidences. And
Yep.
one of the children that Darius was on his walk with passed away shortly after Darius went missing. All of these things bother me. And absent of any family clarifying things for me, it's time to dig in, I think.
Yep.
You agree, Rob?
I agree.
All right, so what I want to do is, like I said, I want to play this news story from 6 months ago. Just to kind of catch everybody up. Hopefully it's a good recap, because like I said, the information is so slim, like barely anything. Worse than the Jack and Lily investigation. So this is 2 minutes long. We're going to watch it. I'm going to run and grab a sweater. And yeah, we'll talk when it's done. Let me know right away if you can hear it and everything's good.
Yep.
On the banks of a babbling creek, surrounded by towering pines, a once beloved campsite has become a kind of prison for a family tethered to the worst day of their lives. Unless you haven't left this campsite, really, since that day, why haven't you been able to come home?
This is the last place I seen him. I can't leave.
On September 21st, Darius Macdougall disappeared. The 6-year-old had been camping here with his dad Dallas, his dad's girlfriend, an aunt and an uncle, and his grandparents, Tina and Les.
Papa Clean was his favorite person. Like, that's what he called his grandpa, so he was just a happy little guy.
According to the family, while the adults packed up camp, Darius and 2 other children had been playing a short distance away.
And they're playing about 100 yards back out in that direction.
And you said the other kids were 8 and 6.
But after about 20 minutes, the other children returned alone.
She's only 8, but she was panicking, saying that he was gone. His grandfather and his father both took off across the creek looking for him immediately. Within, say 5, maybe 10 minutes after we were told that he was missing, I called 911.
Come and reassess into this from below.
What followed was a massive 11-day search involving hundreds of people, dogs, helicopters, and drones.
And what was found? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
The RCMP say to date they have received no credible information to suggest Darius was abducted. But with no evidence that Darius is still in these woods, his family is holding on to hope that maybe he was taken by someone and could still be out there waiting to be found.
If you could send a message to him, what would you say?
Hang tough, buddy. We're all looking for you. We're searching for you. Stay strong.
Where is Darius Macdougall? A heartbreaking mystery this grieving family is desperate to solve. Heather Yurex, West Global News, Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta.
So I know, who was it? Somebody wants me to go
Hey
through.
guys, thanks so much for checking out my show.
Somebody wants me to go through the whole story, and I wish I knew the whole story. In September, Darius went off for a walk while his dad's girlfriend, and his grandparents, so his dad's parents, were packing up the camper and stuff. They were getting ready to go home. They'd spent the weekend there, and they were getting ready to go home. And the kids just went over, not far within. I'm pretty sure they said they can still see them, but they went over to play on a little island, and the kids came back and said they couldn't find Darius. And from what I understand, it was about 20 minutes. Is that right, Rob? Or am I off? Go ahead and tell us what you know about the disappearance.
That's what I know. Right at the beginning.
Right. And it wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't too long before, at first, the very first news story we heard, he was with one child, and then I heard he was with 8 children. I still don't know how many kids he went on that walk with, and I don't know how far away they went. It's but the story is, it's I turned my back for just a minute, and then the child vanished. That same old story. But in reality, they're saying right away, within a few minutes of Darius being not reported missing, but the kids coming back saying they didn't know where Darius was, Grandpa went one way, Dad went the other way, and Grandma stayed behind to call 911. How far can this child have gone? He is autistic, right, Rob?
Yes, that's correct. It was confirmed with the RCMP.
So what are your thoughts? You've been out to the area. What are your thoughts in that area? How wooded is it? I do know that there's a lot of bear activity, a lot of cougars, stuff like that, but usually they don't leave no messes. Do you know what I mean? So what are your thoughts after being out there?
It's very dense forest, and I'm hang on a sec. I'm getting an echo.
That should solve it.
Okay, thank you. It was very dense forest. I found it. Not really much. I didn't see much of any bear activity. I did bring spray with me, and I brought tick spray with me. I still haven't used them yet. Cougar as well. There was one path that I went down that was actually shown on the TV there, on the clip that you showed. I was basically down along that, and there was 2 police tape, one in the bush and one in the tree. I'll show you later in the video or the pictures that I have. There was a creek right beside the road, the lease road into the campsite, and it was pretty much literally on the side of a mountain, almost literally. And right from the Black Bridge, I climbed up, went up the path, and then I branched off. There were 2 trails. One was a hiking trail that went straight up the hill. I didn't take that trail. I went to a different trail, and that's where I ended up finding the tape, right? I didn't stay out very long, maybe a couple hours max. I didn't feel comfortable going down the path because the path was so dense that, anybody could have grabbed anybody, I think, in my opinion. As for an animal, it's you would hear an animal come out of the bush, if that makes sense.
You're talking like the kids that were with him would have heard something.
Yeah.
And I mean, the child would scream, you would think,
Yeah.
if it was grabbed by an animal.
Yeah.
So, Rob, what I'm going to get you to do, because you're pretty good at the map stuff, so
Okay.
you can, if you're on your computer, you can actually pull up Google Maps, and then I think it's called present on your screen. You can hit the plus button, and then I can put it up on screen, and then that way you can navigate Google Maps so that we can look at the area. Because I tried to pull it up and I'm at Livingston, but it doesn't tell me exactly where I am or anything. You're better at that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Please hold.
So yeah, Darius was, I did hear that too, that they played music, and I knew what his song was. I will go to the Facebook group.
Actually, you know what?
What's that?
Give me a second.
Good call, Catter. Charmaine is getting distracted. Okay. Let me just have a look-see here. See, it's sad to say, but he's not even on my common searches anymore. Bring Darius Macdougall home. All right, stop, because I'm going to pull up my Facebook page for a second, guys. Share screen. Just while Rob's looking for the map.
You just give me a couple minutes here.
Yeah, take your time. We're going to look through this. So this is the first group that I joined, Bring Darius Macdougall Home. And this group is for support and updates on the efforts to bring Darius home. Darius is 6 years old, now 7, and autistic. Darius went missing in the Crow's Nest Pass on September 21st, 2025, while camping with his family. So, and this is the page that was actually, they started pushing Darius's law. If you guys remember, I had the petition on a live stream, and then it's also on my page, but it's literally just Amber Alert reform, or to create a new alert system for children who maybe, so many of these cases, they don't fit the criteria for an Amber Alert, but they're still missing children who have vanished, and the word needs to go far and wide as quickly as possible. But we know from Jack and Lily's case it doesn't happen, and it certainly didn't happen in Darius's case either, and so many others. So Darius's law is Amber Alert reform. Let me see here. So Trina Heron, I'm going to follow her because this is Darius's auntie. And I have to say, okay, so where is Darius Macdougall? Missing from Crow's Nest Pass campsite at the time, age 6, now 7, still missing, no word, no trace. Searchers are going out May 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Police conducting a search, and I believe we can talk about it after, but I believe they took out cadaver dogs after the volunteer searchers were done. Trina says searchers are desperately needed. Reach out on various Darius pages for more info. We need Darius back to his family that cares. However it may be, please come forward with anything helps. And when you listen to Grandpa talk and the emotion of Grandma, I can't bring myself to believe that they know anything other than their grandson is missing. But I have to wonder, like, why are we so defensive? What are we afraid of with searchers? Why are we being so defensive with searchers? If that makes sense. I don't understand it. Just looking for any kind of information, which... What does this GoFundMe for? Every bit helps to... Oh. Okay, so this is for search efforts. Every bit helps us to continue searching for our grandson. Thank you. So Les, is that Grandpa? I wish I knew who these people were. Oh, this is Grandma. My name is Tina Heron. I'm Darius's grandma. Our family is living a nightmare that we cannot wake from. Every day we ask the same questions and every day we get no answers. When RCMP told us they believed he had only a 5% chance of still being out there, we held on to that 5% with everything we had. It was enough for us to keep searching, but when they called off the search, we were left standing on that mountain with nothing but our love for him and undying determination to bring him home. In that moment, our world shattered forever. This pain is impossible to put into words, but we refuse to give up. We refuse to stop searching, and we refuse to believe that Darius can simply vanish without a trace. Our family has been on that mountain every day since the search was called off, walking those trails, calling his name, turning over every stone, praying for a miracle. We won't stop searching until our bodies fail us. We will never stop looking for our boy. Yet the truth is, we can't do this alone anymore. This has shattered us emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And so with humility and hope, we are turning to you, the community, for help. How your support will make a real difference. Every dollar raised will go directly towards the ongoing efforts to bring Darius home. Continued search efforts, transportation, safety equipment, volunteer coordination, survival gear, and trail supplies to continue the on-the-ground search. The RCMP ended too soon. Mental health supports for the family. This trauma has devastated all of us, the parents, the siblings, grandparents. Funds will help us access trauma-informed counseling, crisis support, and wellness care so we stay strong enough to keep searching. Awareness materials to get us face out across the world. And FYI, family, a really good way to do that is come up on YouTube. Come up. Help us help you. $400 raised. Come up. Let me help you. Because through me, we can get to bigger channels. We can get to bigger platforms. You have to let me help you. If you want the word out, that's how you're going to do it. Did you find it, Wolfie?
Yeah, I think so. I kind of pulled up Google Earth, though, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just have to share to me.
Okay.
First, I'm going to share this. Copy link. I'm going to copy this, and please, you guys, and this is not about clicks and views. If you decide to go and donate to this GoFundMe, please put in there that you were sent there. You don't even have to put my channel name, by a YouTube channel. Let this family know that we can get information out. We can get Darius's face out far and wide. And like I said, through me, I can get them in contact with some huge channels. So just, get the word out. If anybody wants to donate, here you go. Write your little message and tell them YouTube sent you. Seems like many of these missing kid cases claim of autism are coming up. Yeah, expose them all. Absolutely. And you know what's, and I'm not here to call Daniel Malay or anybody else a liar. I'm not doing that. But Jack and Lily were not diagnosed autistic. Darius is 100%. officially, legitimately diagnosed autistic. I just read it. Kylie Snail Candy, or Kylie's Nail Candy, whichever.
Kylie's Nail Candy.
Okay, well, I just read it. It's all on here. Go to the GoFundMe page, and if it didn't look legitimate to me, I wouldn't have shared it. It is for the family. It is for search efforts. It's not free to go and search. You know, and their goal is set at $2,000. They've raised $440, and if I'm not mistaken, this GoFundMe has been it's been out for a long time. 6 months ago. Look what Belinda was able to do in one live stream with Sunny. You know? They really need to open their minds a little bit. And I know YouTube is dangerous. They're dangerous, but you do it right, and you turn off the world, and you turn off the negativity, and just focus on your goal. You should be okay. You're getting attacked anyways. So, you know, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and, so you guys got the link for that. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the map.
Just about there.
Then, pardon me?
Just about there.
Okay, well, you go ahead. You've got control of the screen, so you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, Mr. Hemi. Jack and Lily, autism was an excuse. No info to assist in finding them, right? And the only reason why I agree with that is because allegedly one of the first things Malaya said when Cindy arrived was, "See, Mom, I told you they were autistic." Like, what the hell does that have to do with anything in that moment? You know what I'm saying? Really? That's what matters? I told you they were autistic, so they just vaporized? Stupid. There's Island Lake, yeah.
There's a provincial recreational area. The Alberta sign. It was literally right in here. Can you see that?
Sorry, I'm muted. I'm going to take my banner off so that we can see it better. And I'll make the screen big, and you can do that again for everybody, please.
Bottom right-hand corner of the map. That's where they pretty much, you follow that road and it goes right into that camping.
So are you able to zoom into that?
Let's see. That's the best I can do. I'm gonna try.
What about the waterfall? Can you get to there in Google Maps?
I'm gonna get out of Google Earth, I think. There. Hope I didn't close a window.
And
sorry.
It's all good. It's Harley. Everybody loves Harley anyway.
Press again.
Neglected is not the same as autistic. And I think, honestly, I don't know anything about this, and I know there's drama and bullshit going on, as with every other case. But to me, the response from Darius's family, and I don't know if they're still, like, May 14th, this family member posted the GoFundMe for Darius. So that, I mean, maybe not at the level that it was, but they're still looking. They're still public. And it doesn't matter how you slice it, you cannot say the same at all about Jack and Lily. You can't. Publicly. You know what I mean? The RCMP. Yep. Devlin Tate was autistic. Yeah. His parents. The war on children within Canada is very real and disturbing. Where are they going? Because how many children go missing that are never ever found in this country? I'm not talking about in the States, but in this country. If they go missing without a trace, more times than not, they're not found for a long time. A long time. I believe many are shipped out of the country. That's my biggest fear, but this is not anywhere near the ocean. And I know that, or any kind of border or ports. I mean, we're Crow's Nest, I'd say 3.5, 4 hours to the US border. It's not like Nova Scotia.
Actually, it wasn't another, maybe an hour from Montana.
Well, you have to go through Waterton, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were talking about Fort Macleod. So Fort Macleod is about 35 minutes from Lethbridge, and then the border from Lethbridge is over an hour.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. You can move people easily without others knowing, none the wiser. But how? When you've got, I don't know. How did the other kid with Darius pass? So from my understanding, she had a severe allergy to hay, and she went to a petting zoo and died of anaphylactic shock, right? So Kylie's Nail Candy, you are, I don't think, it doesn't look like you're a mod for Rob, but if you have contact with one of his mods, you can send them the link and you can post a link, or they can post the link. You have to be a mod to post the link. And yes, Rob can see the chat.
I can see the chat.
I don't, Little Black Bear, just because there were other children around. I think if there was an animal, it would have been heard. I think that Darius would have yelled out. And even if all of that didn't happen, I don't think an animal would clean up every shred of evidence, any trace. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. I don't think so. The mother didn't have her inhaler. I didn't think the mom was there. I thought she was with a day home provider or something. Wasn't she? I'm not sure. We can look it up after. Yeah, but I mean, it was anaphylactic shock for sure. Is this what you've got here, Rob, to share?
Yeah, I've got my email up. Can you see the picture at all or no?
No, when you open something, you have to reshare your screen. Yeah, good question. There is someone that hangs with pedophiles in Nova Scotia that does have access to a private plane. Just saying, whether they are involved or not is up to the RCMP to determine. That's interesting too. Yeah.
Okay.
Because whatever it was quick and efficient, right? No evidence. Quick and efficient. Hey, allergy and goes to a petting zoo. Yeah. I wonder if one of the parents would come on your live to talk more about Darius. Like I said, I've asked. I had 2 separate people set to come on the live stream, and then one by one they ghosted me, and I wasn't able to get anybody else. And then after that, Rob started covering the case a little bit, and he started reaching out to these family members and even the grandma, and they're willing, but then they just stop talking and they never come up. I don't know. I don't understand it. Yeah. I'll look that up just to make sure, but I'm sure. You had mentioned the swamp bog area at the first. Was this thoroughly checked? Hard to say. But I know she didn't have her inhaler or the EpiPen, right? Didn't the mother lose custody of one of her kids? Again, I have heard rumblings. I even heard that there was some kind of a situation where she had a child with her that wasn't supposed to be with her or something, and allegedly it was a misunderstanding, but the police were called and there was kidnapping, but it was, but again, mom wasn't there. This was dad's weekend. Dad and dad's family took Darius camping.
Yep.
So mom had zero to do with this.
Yep.
Do you have anything? I can try to pull up. Do you know what that waterfall was called?
Not a clue.
All right, let me show you my Google Maps.
Okay. You'll have better luck than I do.
Probably not. I suck at map time, but we'll trip through it. We'll figure it out.
That's the campground on the other side. It's the on the other side of Highway 3. That's where I was parked. I actually sent you a video of all the pictures. I'm just thinking. But yeah, it's literally, I hate these reading glasses. They suck. Right after Hazel, yeah, the welcome Alberta sign. So it's literally that little path there. Yeah. That's that whole section. Yeah.
And they were close to the water.
No, it's the other. They weren't camped there at all. It's the Livingstone right across from Highway 3. So this is the actual Island Lake campground. I was parked there, but I went across from Highway 3. So you had the right idea. So literally that little black squibbly line in the middle? You know what I mean? Right below the welcome to Alberta map or sign.
Yeah, there's no squiggly black line there at all.
Oh, I guess.
Right here?
Yeah, right here.
So this little piece of water here?
Like literally, there's a little road there. You could see it, and then you just follow that. Yeah.
Because they were at the water, right? They were camping right there, right?
No. Just follow the lease road. There's a little creek that runs right along it, right to the right-hand side of you, and it's all laid along there. So yeah. Yeah, that's the waterfall. So Crow's Nest Creek Falls.
Anybody know how I get to Google Earth? Like how I can get the... Oh, can I click on it? I have no idea what I'm doing with maps.
Okay.
Give me an atlas any day.
Let me give it a try.
Satellite. There we go. Here we go.
You got
Still
it?
no good. No. So you're telling me they were camping right here?
Right along there, yeah.
Well, there is a road there, but that's not the main road, so that makes it even more difficult in my mind for a... Mind you, there was a little girl camping with her family. She wanted to do one last round on her bicycle with her friend from a different campsite. She wanted to do one last circle around the RV loop or whatever.
Yeah.
And the one little girl, like her friend, got to her campsite just on the other side, and this little girl, all she had to do was go around to her own campsite, and somewhere in that circle somebody grabbed her, picked her up. She was found alive.
Yeah.
But it happened so quickly. Okay, so what's interesting is that person that has access to that private plane completely wiped their previous social media posts after Jack and Lily went missing. All her flights posts were poof. Who is it? Who in Pictou County has access to a private plane? The list is short. Start looking around. AJ, good to see you.
Hey, AJ.
Are you around? Do you want to come up? I have a feeling that AJ is pretty good at map time.
Me too.
Trenton Airport, interesting. Okay, is it me or is there no pickle? I can see is black. What are you talking about? Are you having a stroke? I would call the police and report that if it seems legit instead of posting here, especially if insinuating it's a trafficker, it puts the victim's safety at risk.
True.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think if these, experienced traffickers were worried about what was being said in YouTube chat rooms, I don't think there would be too many traffickers. What are you doing? Do you want to come up? Do you want to do map time? Because I can't. I'm trying and I can't figure out how to get to the actual...
Come on down and ask Nathan on the Price is Right.
Like, I don't... Like, how are you supposed to get a view of the waterfall? Guys, do you do this very often? Does anybody do this very often?
No.
What the fuck? This ain't working.
AB is really good at it, though.
Who?
AB.
AB?
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever.
But anyways, that falls, they were literally like camped right beside it. Right in like dug right into that bush. And then the creek, you can see the creek. Ploughberry Creek. That's the creek that's running along the side of the road. But when I went, there were 3-4 bridges or something like that, and they were all colored. The black bridge was the walking bridge that goes up the side of the mountain, the black bridge. There was a blue bridge that was on the road, on the Lease Road. And then you went further even down, there was an orange bridge and a red bridge, one for walking. And then there was an orange bridge where there were 2 mounds of dirt in front of the bridge. You couldn't even get in and get out. So it was literally blocked off with 2 mounds of dirt.
Was that area had to have been searched by ground search and rescue, though, even though if volunteer searchers weren't able to gain access, I'm sure search parties were.
Yep.
It will zoom you into the location. Yeah, I've zoomed as far as it'll zoom. That's my entire zoom. And
you can click. You click on the road, and it highlights the blue, right? I can't remember how to do it though.
yeah, it's not letting me see the yellow person on the right hand side of the screen. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, I guess it's not gonna let. I guess there is no street view of this secluded area, maybe? Is that possible?
No. They were, like I said, they were literally right next to the waterfall.
Yeah. It's not letting me. It's not letting me in there, you guys.
Do you want me to give it a try?
Who, me?
Me. I'm going to try.
Yeah, you do it. That's what I've been saying since like the first minute we were on. I don't do map time. I suck at it. What map are we looking at? This is the Crow's Nest Pass. Allegedly, this is right where Darius was camping, right around in here. There's a waterfall right here. And I want to get down there to look at the area, because when you're driving on the highway, the water, like the rivers and stuff that are flowing through here, some of them are extraordinarily fast moving.
Yes.
White rapids, like, and that's what I was thinking. Like in January when we were driving by, I was like, whoa, that does look pretty dangerous, and it's possible that a set of Crocs would go a long ways. But now we're talking 6 months later, something would have washed up by now, just in my opinion. But if we're actually looking all the way down here, away from those waterways, I want to see that waterfall. I want to see that creek, river, stream. I want to see it, you know?
What's the name of those falls again?
Crow's Nest Creek Falls. Tent Mountain Road camping spot. Because this is the sign that I saw, the Island Lake Campground, and this is where they turn off to go down to their camping site. There's actually a lady in, I want to say Vancouver, who's being sentenced today for trafficking. Let's just see here. Just looking at chat for a second. No, I don't have it downloaded. I'm on the web, but I click on the little man. Can you see the little man that I'm clicking on? Let me get rid of this. I click on the little man, browse street images, and it doesn't let me click on nothing because it ends right here. So if I go down here, I mean, we can see the water down in there, but like how...
It won't give me any street view, that's why.
Like right up beside a mountain, Rob said. But I do believe we're looking at the other direction. Right? Where is the waterfalls? So this is the area, Rob. Right?
Yeah.
So where, based on this is right in the area. We might be a few hundred yards away just because this is as far as the street view will let me go. This is obviously, like, I don't like the look of that, but allegedly they were playing on a little island. Is that not right? That's what they said. In the beginning, that's what they said.
How further, yeah, keep going that way.
Yeah, it ends though. Like,
Does
it
it
won't let
end?
me go.
Huh.
Like, the water is still behind these trees, but
Yeah. Won't let you go any
This-
further, eh?
this looks scary as shit. I would never let my kids out by themselves. These cliffs and
Well,
stuff.
some of the campsites, a lot of them are people are actually living year round, right? It's kind of like Math Town. I
Yeah,
picked
this
up
is
on
as
that.
far as it'll let me go. This
Yeah.
here is it.
Yeah, the campsite, if you go further down that way, there's a black bridge and yeah.
I'm not blaming anybody, but who in their right mind would allow their children to go play?
Yep.
I mean, what were the ages of the other kids? Did you ever find that out, Rob?
No, I knew Darius was 6. They were a little bit older. I think they were older cousins, I know that much. I didn't know the ages though. And I heard cousins and I heard relatives went. I heard like the story kept changing. So it was hard to make sense of all of it really. So and then there were times where they said that he wandered off and then he drowned or something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but I heard, and it's not okay. So even if he had slipped and fell into this waterway,
yeah.
right, and there's a waterfall probably flowing away from this area, so however far down, there's debris, there's rocks, there's overturned trees, there's brush in the river that things would get caught up on. Something would have been found by now. So, Rob,
Yes.
your searcher contact,
Yep.
do they have information or contact with official ground search and rescue who were on site when Darius first went missing? And how thoroughly did they search the water, like the creek, the stream bed or the river beds along the sides to find his Crocs? Because here's the thing, if he fell in the water or if an animal took him, I think his clothing, Crocs, something would have been in the water, and there's not very much on a child that would would not float like Crocs clothing. Like, it's just not heavy enough to float.
Yeah.
You know?
That wasn't one of the... Sorry.
Go ahead.
That wasn't one of the questions I asked Therese, that's her name. Yeah. So basically it was kind of like sign me up kind of deal. I'll go help kind of deal, help search basically is what it was. So we didn't really go into elaborate detail. If she had been in contact with RCMP, I imagine she was in contact. I assume she was in contact with Ground Search and Rescue herself. So she would need permission to actually volunteer to go help search, right? So.
Oh, sure, but it's super helpful, and this is just an idea for you to talk to her about it. It's super helpful to know where, Ground Search and Rescue covered, because to me, this is the important area that needs to be searched, like the entire riverbed, because of how things get caught up.
Sure, right now.
Quicksand, I'm not sure. So let's just move on really quickly. Rob, can you tell us a little bit about the upcoming search? Any information? Do you have to sign up if anybody's from Alberta and they want to go?
Anybody can sign up for search right now at this point. They've been applying. They've applied a couple of times. I'm not sure if the family has or not. They've said they have, but they've asked for Please Bring Me Home to come out. But they've applied. Therese, lead searcher, has actually applied for Please Bring Me Home as well. Anybody can go search. I've gone out to search on the back in May. I plan to go back out on the 23rd. Right now, I think there was like 5 or 6 of them, a part of this group, I believe. They're probably about my age, about above 50. They can only do so much, I guess. And, but yeah, anybody can go search. They're looking for people with quads right now. So that's all I could tell you.
Check this out. I want to show you my superstar mod. Check this out. Guarantee you they've never been to Alberta. But these people are my thinking caps, folks. I'm telling you. Look at that. Don't even worry about the ads on the side, but thank you, moderator. Crow's Nest Creek Falls. Look at that. So if they were playing or looking anywhere around this, look at the peat moss and stuff on those rocks. Would have been so slick.
Yeah.
Oh. Devastating. Oh man. Look at that.
So maybe the island they were talking about was right along like the water edge, right? Like in the middle of the water. There might have been a little bit of an island there. Anybody could, like a rock of some sort, and could have slipped on the rock.
Oh my God, seaweed. I was just thinking that because they need to dam this. They need to put a temporary dam. Is that possible, you guys? Can they dam this to check under here? He could have been pushed and wedged under. Oh. But still, some of this stuff would have surfaced. You know, I think. But oh my gosh. This is no place for children.
Nope.
Oh my God. Crow's Nest Creek Falls as seen from the road. Like even this. I'm sorry, but what the hell? Why are you taking these chances? This is in my line of work, this is what we call risk tolerance.
Yep.
What? Oh, I feel terrible for saying it, but what were you thinking? That's devastating.
That falls there, like right around that tree. There's a right in that area. Where is it? There's a car that's parked there, right in along there. That's where their campsite is. Somewhere
What
in
an
there.
excellent point, Ori. Like this waterfall, that would be so loud it would drown out any kind of yelling.
Yeah.
From a child. Oh my gosh. Yes, Kimberly, BC. Yeah, you bet. It's like 45 minutes away from Ian's parents' house. It used to be one of my favorite places on earth. Don't ask me why, but I just loved Kimberly. Darius was 6 when he went missing. He is 7 now. Yeah, there are lots of grizzly bears down there. Isn't Darius said to be with other children? Yeah, but okay, so, and I mean, this might sound cruel, but we all know what kids are like. So maybe Darius being autistic, maybe it was a thing where they weren't really paying attention to him and he just slipped and vanished. And who knows how long it took them to realize that Darius wasn't with them anymore. And they turned around and went back and said, hey, Grandma, Grandpa, whatever, can't find Darius. My gosh.
20 minutes. Even that, like a snap of the finger, he's gone. Especially fast, that water that fast.
Into this water. What is this? I didn't ask for an ad. This here, that makes my heart drop. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like many waterfalls in the Rockies, the best time of year to visit is in late spring. Melting snow and recent rainfall mean the water levels is at its highest and the waterfalls are at their most dramatic. Summer and autumn are usually good as well, with only some waterfalls drying up to a trickle late in the year. To the best of my knowledge, Crow's Nest Creek flows well year round. I am speechless. Like when I was driving by and I saw how quickly the river along Highway 3 was flowing, it took my breath away. This took my breath away. There's so, oh, look at that. Not a single crock in the picture. To leave children unattended in this area, I think, is a deadly mistake. Autistic children are drawn to water for some reason. Hate to suggest this, but is it possible they don't want him found, or they will be charged with neglect in his death? I think that they would open themselves up to liability for sure for civil, criminally neglectful. I'm not sure that they would do that if it was a tragic accident. Because if that's truly what happened, expose them all, you would think the guilt would be punishment for the rest of their lives. You know? But, I mean, from what I understood, from what the grandma had said, and I'll see if I can find that. No, we just watched it. But she had said that they could see the little island that they were playing on. So it was in the line of sight, but they were busy loading the camper, and they were getting ready to go home. They were packing up. You know?
Well, that's why I plan to go when I go on the 23rd to go check out the campsite at least anyways and find out what they actually were talking about, like 100 yards or whatever, and they were on an island or something. That's what I want to go look for. So
this is in Kimberley. There was a young lady went missing on that road, Char. There was a waterfall there at Maryville 10 years later. Someone snapped a pic of a waterfall and they found her body stuck in the falls. By then, she's... Oh. My goodness. I'm doing a spirit box as you map, and it's saying he got lost and slipped off rocks into the rapids. When the pic of waterfall waxed and screen it and said, "Stop, this is spot."
oh.
Google says Darius was with just 2 other kids. Maybe Google on this case is incorrect. Hard to say expose them all, because I've heard, like I said, I've heard 2, I've heard 8. And they said that I think they said that Darius was the youngest of them all, but I think we found out when the little girl passed away that she was also 6, or was she 8? Do you know, Rob?
Oh, I'm just reading Teresa's message that they haven't been in contact with any of them. No one gives them any updates or anything from Ground Search and Rescue or RCMP.
Well, we all know how futile it is to harass the RCMP to give updates.
Yeah.
But to appeal to the mainstream media, who do have the resources and the ability to shake something loose within the court system, like I said, maybe some of those judicial applications for search warrants.
Yeah.
Let's have a look-see. We're on this one, so I'm going to go here. RCMP. Is it Crow's Nest Pass that's taking care of this one? Crow's Nest?
Yeah, the RCMP, yeah.
Crow's Nest. All right, well, this is the missing children's database. All right. I'm going to take this down for just a minute.
Yep.
Maybe put it back up after, but let's read this. Missing since, that's it? September 21st, 2025, near Island Lake, Alberta.
Yep.
The family of 6-year-old Darius Macdougall alongside Crow's Nest Pass, RCMP, are requesting information from the community to help find Darius. Darius was last seen on September 21st, approximately 2.5 miles south of Crow's Nest Pass near Island Lake, Alberta. RCMP have confirmed that Darius has autism, which may prevent him from responding to others who are calling out for him. Increasing concern for his safety. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Darius, please contact. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Crow's Nest Pass, RCMP. Blairmore, Alberta. Missing persons.
You got the towns with the Crow's Nest Pass that join Crow's Nest Pass together. Then you got the Frank Slide, right? Is that what that? I can't remember what towns they were though.
Blairmore.
Yeah.
Blairmore is the closest to Frank Slide. But where Inform Alberta, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just double checking because no.
Blairmore.
Okay. Let's see. So Nova Scotia RCMP, the North Nova, I think it is. What it is? Was it, guys? They have Jack and Lily's case pinned to the top of their Facebook. Where's Darius?
Yeah. Great.
Thinking of Tumbler Ridge. That's nice. Where's Darius? Wind warning. Oh, look. Name the puppy contest. Where's Darius? This is not cool.
Wow.
Where's Darius? Like, I mean, if this was my child, I would be losing my ever-loving mind. Especially being Indigenous, I would be screaming. Almost there, you guys. Almost there. Oh, we're past it. Where the fuck is Darius? Are you serious?
Yeah.
October, August. What? There's no way. What? Yeah, that's the Lethbridge City Police permanently closed in Lethbridge.
Can I ask her a question? Give me a sec.
What is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, one sec. Get rid of that, and then I'll bring up. Yeah, these ones, like I do remember watching these ones, like when I was following the case and when it first came out. This is just a quick clip, you guys, while Rob is busy reading messages and such, but.
I'm talking to the lead searcher.
Yeah, let's just watch this for a minute.
Family of a 6-year-old who disappeared nearly a month ago is now sharing new details about the day he went missing. In a Facebook post, the family of Darius Macdougall says he was playing with 2 other children on an island across a creek from where the family was camping at the Livingstone Crownland campground. The adults let the kids play there because they were within view. But on the morning of September 21st, Darius disappeared after 2 kids looked away. The parents started searching immediately and called 911, leading to a lengthy search by RCMP. The family also revealed one of the kids playing with Darius, Kaya, died last week in an unrelated medical emergency. The family of a 6-year-old who...
I don't see many posters on Facebook about Darius either. It's sad. If this was my child or grandchild, I'd be fucking screaming. Absolutely, but maybe they don't. Like, how do you know, unless you have people advocating for you, how do you know, like, what resources are out there for you? You know what I mean? Like, maybe they're literally flying blind and just kind of doing what people are telling them to do. Definitely walking into the wrong live. Why?
In the beginning, they had okay, I'm echoing bad.
It's because I don't have the video screen muted, but I do now. Go ahead.
Okay, so in the beginning, there were posters out for a little bit, and all of a sudden now it's just gotten cold, and that's what they've been dealing with some of the Facebook groups, right? Like, it's just been certain. It just seems like the family just don't want to find Darius, if that makes sense. You know?
That does make sense. Ron, I saw that, and I know what you're trying to say. Underhanded. Uncalled for. So, where were the adults? Packing the car, just Jeannie. They were packing up the campsite, getting ready to go home. It is disturbing to me that, was it 10 days after 10 days or something after Darius went missing, she passed away? My opinion, need to speak to the kids that were with him alone and not in a group. One of them knows what happened. One of them is now passed away. And the other one, hopefully they've talked to him. I don't know exactly what your channel is, so I don't know if somebody wants to post Kylie's channel so that we can all go and watch her spirit box session. What It's all the missing kids with autism. I don't get it either. Why do they not have a 6-year-old boy photo on the missing database? Right. I am floored that the RCMP doesn't have his story pinned. You literally have to search Facebook to find any information, and it's not being kept up to date. Like, not even the mainstream media, you guys. So what do we do? Alberta is the place to commit crime. The cops are crap there. Unbelievable. There are a few parallels with the Jack and Lily case if you want to put your tinfoil hat on. I don't think you even need to do that to see it. Seems to also be a growing list of missing young adults with Downs going missing in Canada in recent years. Oh, really? I haven't, not gonna lie, I haven't really followed that. Do you feel the legitimacy, or he is legitimately lost, or have any feelings of nefarious happenings? Yeah, Rob, what are your thoughts and theories on this case?
I think he's wandered off. I think it's legit that he wandered off just by judging like just what I just saw right now with the falls. They weren't as fast when I went down there, but I could imagine now like everything coming off from the mountains and everything, like from the glaciers and stuff. I could imagine like everything will be pretty fast. And then being close to like the end of summertime when Darius actually disappeared around September 21st. It's quite possible that he slipped in the water and gone underneath, and I think the family is just covering it up, in my opinion, and like for some kind of like neglect. I just don't see him wandering off in the woods. I really don't. So
It's getting less and less likely. I wonder if billboards couldn't be done for him as well. It should be the same for all missing children. This is so sad. It's like he's brushed aside. So, like, this to me just illustrates the importance of advocates and social media. And say what you want, but there's a reason that Jack and Lily's case got so much traction, right? And it had a lot to do with Daniel and people speaking up and being so active, obviously. But you've also got the mainstream media. Something caught their attention as well with it, you know?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, nobody's attention is focused on Darius's case, which maybe, and I mean, it's always possible that maybe not directly connected, but they're missing children who just vanished. And add Dylan Eller to the list. I mean, who knows, right? And so many others in other provinces.
Yeah.
Like we need somebody that knows. We need family to come and just start speaking out and making some noise and letting the people who don't mind ruffling those feathers.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, he's obviously Indigenous. They have a full community behind them. There's no reason that Darius isn't getting the same attention that Jack and Lily's getting.
Well, they should be getting
Seems
the same
like
attention.
some bird of Bama shit. I'd take exception to that. I don't see many posters on Facebook about Darius either. It's sad. Yeah, screaming. Did that one. So it's odd to me that they point out on Crown land in the Livingstone Public Land Use Zone what else is around that is not that government zone. No, there's not a lot of swamp area down there. It's very rocky, mountainous, slippery as shit.
Rough terrain.
Yeah. and I would like to know more about this Envision, because I don't know for sure that they're First Nations, but like I've seen his family, and they are Indigenous. So I don't know if they're a member of a First Nations community. I would like to talk to them to find out. But you know, they've got to talk. If they want his face out there and they want more attention to the case, they've got to talk. They've got to come out. They have to do it. That's the only way around it. Don't parents receive money for missing First Nation kids? I don't know. Indigenous communities seem to be under attack in recent years based on the cases we had been looking into. Is it possible, and this is a little bit of a tinfoil hat thing, but is it strange that missing and murdered Indigenous women and it is getting more attention? Residential schools is getting more attention. So is there a possible connection there to some kind of motivation? Just looked at the sex offender list, which has been updated since I last looked, including 3 Nova Scotia creeps. Oh, really? Is Paul Ward on there yet? If so, is he in Nova Scotia or in Alberta? If he simply wandered off, why would his father not want people looking for him? It's fishy. Fishy. Did he wait?
How's the
I tried to ignore him. Go ahead.
that 16 and under age limit thing online, that's gone in full effect in Australia, hasn't it?
Yeah, and where is it, you guys? There is a community in Canada that's giving it a shot too. And they're just going to be hiding it better. You know, if the parents think it's okay, then the parents are just going to hide it for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's funny. Cranky Cougar was here. I think she came, said hi, and then had to go. Would I be wrong in saying Indigenous people don't like to be in public eye? Maybe they are not wanting the chaos of the social media, but they've got it on Facebook, baby monkey. They certainly do. Like the crazy accusations and the shit that's flying from group to group. And you can tell one group was created by the mother's family and the other group was created by the father's family and supporters. You can tell.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that I think was just by concerned citizens. But that disturbs me that we went to 2 different RCMP pages and plus Facebook and not one picture of Darius. What the fuck is going on?
I think it needs to come on YouTube.
It's just another path. It's another avenue they could try.
Yeah.
Because I'm shocked that his picture is not pinned to the top of that Crow's Nest Pass RCMP Facebook page, just like Jack and Lily's is in the Nova Scotia one. Why not? Why not? It's a lot to do with treaty versus non-treaty lands right now. Is his dad or mom Indigenous or both? Looks to me like both. Looks like both. No Ward. Disturbing as shit because he's a bad one. The parents that are not speaking with any of these missing children have something to do with it. Have you met any of the family in person, Wolfie? Talk about, please, your experience when you got down there, because I know that there was I don't want to call it drama, but there was some shit. There was some stuff.
I got down there and they had family members. There were um, the lady, the head searcher, was taking people around, and it was mostly family. And some of the searchers that weren't family, they all said that they all committed that they were going to come, and then when they found out the family was going to be there, they all dropped like flies. So I didn't get to meet anybody. I got, like I said, I drove around for about maybe I'd say half an hour. Went over to Island Lake, drove around, took pictures of the site, took pictures of campsites, took pictures of the bridges, took pictures of the police tape on the one path. I wasn't confident enough to do everything on my own. I was by myself, like literally by myself. It would have been nice to have been with a group setting, and we just happened to miss each other. There's pictures that I have there, like you go up atop the one side of the mountain, and there was a field. They told me to meet them there. Waited, nothing, and then just wandered around for a little bit, and then we just kind of bypassed each other, and then last I heard, cadaver dogs were coming back out sometime in the afternoon on the Sunday, so I ended up packing it up and going home.
So say that again about, you said the family, when the family...
Some of the family came up. I'm not sure how many members there were. I think it was mostly immediate, like aunts and uncles and everything. And as soon as there were some, it was supposed to be a larger party than they thought it would be. I don't know how big of the size it was. I'll have to go back to my messages and look for sure. But basically, people who offered to come out, like anybody that wasn't immediate family offered to come, but as soon as they found out there were family members there, they backed out. Does that make sense?
I'm just reading something. You may be eligible for federal income support. The benefit provides eligible parents with payments of $500 per week, paid every 2 weeks for a maximum of 35 weeks. Over a period of 3 years, you can decide to stop receiving the benefit at any time and restart receipt of the benefit at a later date within the 3 years following the incident. You can share the weeks with other eligible recipients. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. All right, I'm going to share this page because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one with some of the crap. All right. If I see anything, I will make it bigger. So, what really happened to Darius Macdougall? October 2025 was the last post. Funny how 2 weeks ago... What? Sorry, go ahead.
I believe Megan, I think that's the mother.
Yes, Megan Bernicke.
Yeah.
His dad and Buffy need to be investigated now. It's interesting that back in October, Darius's mom thought that way. I wonder if she still feels that way today. Funny how 2 weeks ago the mother was saying the dad and his girlfriend need to be investigated, and then I post a pretty huge red flag from the dad's Facebook page, and now she runs to his defense. Interesting.
Yeah.
Stupid question. Sorry if it's already been asked. Did anyone else at the campground besides the family see Darius there? They were across the highway, not campground, camping on Crown land. The area is wild. It's not like the public campground. It's gravel road. You drive down and there are places to pull off grid camp. I don't like that. Does anyone know who put up the $5,000 reward? I wonder if no reward and no public publicity is because they believe he's there.
This is tame compared to what I saw.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What's this about being investigated for abandonment? Finally, they're investigating the father and his girlfriend as well as the rest of the family. I pray there's still a chance he's alive, but highly unlikely and heartbreaking. The mother deserves answers. I'm going to guess the RCMP are quietly working on this. Parents are probably being investigated, dad and girlfriend. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But I can't see them just saying there's no sign of him on or near where he was and then just say, okay, well, we are done here. It's kind of sort of literally what they've done, though. Technically. Really. In reality.
October 24, 2025. Huh.
Oh, for Pete's sake. I'm going to play that video, but because of my echo bullshit, I didn't share my sound, so I have to reshare it with sound. And we're gonna watch this video to see what this looks like TikToker had to say. Let's just have a listen. Never know, it might be could be useful. Could be useful. Okay. I'm going to make it big.
I got no sound here, Charmaine. There you go.
There's no volume?
I had no sound. I had nothing.
Well, what the actual hell? What is going on here?
Got sound now. It works fine, but
Yeah, well, that's because I unmuted my mic and the sound would be shit. Just a minute. Sound. Let's try this one more time. Sorry, you guys. Let's do this again.
yeah.
I want you to pay attention to this map. Look at
Do you hear
Blairmore and how close it is to Crow's Nest Pass. We have Darius Macdougall, who went missing out of Crow's Nest Pass while camping with family on September 21st. I have been following this case very closely, and I was on one of the FB sites tonight, and I guess this was shared from another Crow's Nest page, but it wasn't shareable, so they copied it and pasted it to the Find Darius Macdougall site. There's two of them. It's from one of them. Allegedly, alert to parents, it says, strange man in Blairmore grabbed my son this morning around 10 a.m. My 10-year-old son was grabbed forcibly by the arm by a strange man at the end of our driveway when he fell off his bike on the 15th Avenue of Blairmore. I'm not going to write the whole address. My son was not hurt from his fall and was not crying. A stranger walking by approached my son without speaking to him at all, grabbed him forcibly by the arm, and pulled him up. My son thanked him, but the man did not respond. The stranger continued to hold my son very tightly. My son told him to let go. The man did not let him go and remained silent. My son tried pulling away and yelled at the top of his lungs to let him go. My son was extremely distressed at this point and continued yelling. The stranger finally released him and walked briskly, jogged down the road away from our property towards 131st in Blairmore, start of Sartoris Road and 16th Avenue. By the time I got outside, the man could not be found. This stranger was holding my son so forcibly by the arm that my son had red marks on his skin for 30 minutes after the encounter, despite the facts that my son was wearing 3 layers of clothing, a long sleeve shirt, a sweater, a winter fall coat. This man is described as middle-aged, brown with gray hair, brownish mustache, maybe around 5'11". He was wearing an orange vest with a blue long-sleeve shirt underneath and a fanny pack on his left hip. He has not been located or seen since. A police report was filed and RCMP has patrolled the area. I am writing this both as a warning to parents and hope for any information on this individual. If anyone has any information or has seen a man fitting this description, please report this information to the local RCMP ASAP. I am thankful that my son is okay. Parents, please watch your children carefully. So thank God that this child was not taken, that God was on his side. But this also leaves, everyone's going to question this. Now, one child has gone missing from Crow's Nest Pass in the looks like the city over. Now there's been an attempted kidnapping. And we are unaware if this is related. No one has said on there, RCMP, no one has came out that this is related. But if they could get a sketch artist or someone that can, do a sketch and we find this man, they could take cadaver dogs and have them sniff the guy's car, the home, and check to see if there's any, sense of Darius, and we can rule him out as far as, the Darius disappearance. This is very scary, and I'm just happy that this boy is safe. It's just we live in a day and age now where we can't keep our kids outside without supervision. I'm not putting any parent down. It's just that's just how this day and age is in the crazy stuff that's going on in this world. It just can't be like that no more. It's not safe anymore. And that's why you have people like me and advocates everywhere that speak up and are trying to prevent these type of things from happening. And as soon as I hear something like this, of course, I'm going to come up and talk about it. It may not at all be related to Darius, but if it's something that can be brought to light, and we can try to find this man, and maybe he has some sort of connection, or maybe he doesn't. I'm not.
Yeah, that's enough of that. Scary shit. What I found, I want to do this last video, and then I'm going to get going. I have to make supper for Harley, and I guess Ian and me. Just one sec. Remove, stop sharing, present, share screen. This was from November. Could very well be what we've already seen. But again, I want to. They did have cadaver dogs out there, yeah, as recently as May, Sarah. Anyways, let's watch this, and then we'll. Heather years ago with them, the last place. Yeah, we did see this, but I'm going to watch it again and then I'm going to look. There was one from this past search 3 weeks ago that we'll watch, and then I'm going to wrap for today.
I have a couple messages to read afterwards too. You're okay with that?
Miniature is an affordable, simple to use tool with powerful results. Reach the audiences you care about most on Canada's most trusted networks. Your business on the big screen with real outcomes. Visit admanager.coruscant.com for more information.
On the banks of a babbling creek, surrounded by towering pines, a once beloved campsite has become a kind of prison for a family tethered to the worst day of their lives. Unless you haven't left this campsite, really, since that day, why haven't you been able to come home?
This is the last place I seen him. I can't leave.
On September 21st, Darius Macdougall disappeared. The 6-year-old had been camping here with his dad Dallas, his dad's girlfriend, an aunt and an uncle, and his grandparents, Tina and Les.
Papa Clean was his favorite person. Like, that's what he called his grandpa. So he's just a happy little guy.
According to the family, while the adults packed up camp, Darius and 2 other children had been playing a short distance away.
And they're playing about 100 yards back out in that direction.
And you said the other kids were 8 and 6. But after about 20 minutes, the other children returned alone.
She's only 8, but she was panicking, saying that he was gone. His grandfather and his father both took off across the creek looking for him immediately. Within, say 5, maybe 10 minutes after we were told that he was missing, I called 911.
Come and reassess into this from below.
What followed was a massive 11-day search involving hundreds of people, dogs, helicopters, and drones. And what was found?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
The RCMP say to date they have received no credible information to suggest Darius was abducted. But with no evidence that Darius is still in these woods, his family is holding on to hope that maybe he was taken by someone and could still be out there waiting to be found. If you could send a message to him, what would you say?
Hang tough, buddy. We're all looking for you. We're searching for you. Stay strong.
Where is Darius Macdougall? A heartbreaking mystery this grieving family is desperate to solve. Heather Urix West.
Wow. I did read somewhere on here. On the weekend... Oh, shush. On the weekend of September 21st, there were 10 children in the group, including 6-year-old Darius Macdougall, his father, his father's girlfriend, and Darius's grandparents. Darius and the other children knew their way around. It's not something unusual for them. Didn't think nothing about it. We just finished having multiple birthdays because we had 3 birthdays for the weekend. We were cleaning up, getting everything packed up. The children were asked to go clean up toys, garbage, whatever's laying around, just tidy up. As they were doing that, Darius and 2 of the other children went across the water to play. But when 2 of the children returned about 20 minutes later, Darius was not with them. The other children said he was missing. Scared, right? You say take off running out there, calling for him, nothing, scary feeling.
I got some messages here to read for you.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is from Teresa Jackson. That's that lead searcher. This is the stories that she got. First, they were playing hiding and seek in eyesight. 20 minutes later, Grandpa threw candy in the bush for the kids. Then 6 kids went across the creek, then came back yelling Darius was missing. Then it was 2 other kids with Darius, not 6. Then recently it was Buffy running back, holding the 2 girls' hands, saying Darius is missing.
One more time, all of that, please.
Okay. First, they were playing hide and seek in eyesight. 20 minutes later, Grandpa threw candy in the bush for the kids. Then 6 kids went across the creek. The story keeps changing, is what I'm saying. Then 6 kids went across the creek and then came back yelling Darius was missing. Then it was 2 other kids with Darius, not 6. Then recently it was Buffy running back, holding the 2 girls' hands, saying Darius is missing. I'm assuming that's probably the girlfriend. Buffy?
Yes, Buffy is the girlfriend. Buffy is the mother of Kaya, the little girl who passed away. And where is she getting this information from? Do you know?
The direct family. This is from family members.
Candy in the bush. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Missing People of Canada has this. Oh, content is not available right now. I thought I saw one 3 weeks ago. Okay. I'm gonna click on this one. This is this past search. Oh, you just get a dreadful feeling in your stomach.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make those plans. Your weather on the go. Get the app today.
It's been 8 months since a family's worst nightmare began to unfold in southern Alberta, a case that sent shockwaves across the country, leaving countless unanswered questions.
His mommy boy, like he loved his mommy. Like I cuddly one. He always wanted to cuddle mommy.
Darius Macdougall was first reported missing from a campsite not too far from Highway 3 on September 21st. After 11 days of extensive efforts spanning across the unforgiving terrain of the Crow's Nest Pass backcountry revealed no evidence, the search for the young boy was called off.
We got to meet the family and we want to be able to bring them peace and healing. And so that always sticks with you.
But now spring has arrived in Crow's Nest Pass, bringing with it a glimmer of hope for a family living in a constant state of heartbreak and uncertainty.
An RCMP search and rescue are out today with the helicopters, the dogs. I'm not sure exactly how many search and rescuers are here, but there's a bunch. And we're hoping for some kind of result.
Crow's Nest Pass RCMP and Alberta Search and Rescue are on site searching for Darius once again.
Search is never over until it's resolved. And we keep looking. We may pause while we wait for more clues to start looking again. We never stop looking.
Officials say it's possible that recent snowmelt may have caused a ground disturbance, revealing clues that might have been missed during the initial search.
This type of search is actually very common. We're doing multiple historical searches this spring for a variety of cases, because when the police see an opportunity to look at a scene differently, they activate us to go out and look again.
While there's no update as of yet, the search is expected to carry out for the remainder of the weekend.
We need to remain persistent and patient. There are times when things come together very quickly, and other times they don't.
And regardless of the result, the search won't end until Darius is found.
Bring my baby home. Like, whether it's his body or him, I just want my baby.
Oh. Jordan Prentice, Global News.
Sorry, but what? I don't even know what to say. With all those different stories.
Yeah. And the stories keep changing.
Just a minute. Did oops. Did this ever happen? That's Jack and Lily. All right, let's watch this one where they say it's been called off. I don't even know, man.
It's been just over a week and a half since RCMP say a little boy wandered from his campsite. Darius Macdougall's family feeling tortured by the reality there are no answers as to where he is or what happened. Now, despite intensive ground, water, and air searches, the search crews have been called off.
Upon having completed a comprehensive and thorough search of the 22 square kilometers surrounding the area where Darius was last seen, he has not been located.
RCMP and Search and Rescue deployed countless resources: drones, dogs, horses, helicopters, forensics, underwater search teams.
22 square kilometers was thoroughly covered during the search for Darius, much of it multiple times. The search extended up to 12 kilometers from where Darius was last seen. The distance traveled by ground search assets inside that 22 square kilometers on field tasks was more than 5,300 kilometers.
And not one shred of evidence of the 6-year-old.
At this point, if Darius is still in the search site, it is our belief that he is no longer alive.
This has been more intensive a search than I've ever seen, and I've reviewed other missing persons files in my career, and I was very reassured by the number of people from South Alberta and the RCMP that were willing to always think and think again, challenge our own assumptions, leave nothing to chance.
RCMP maintain they don't suspect anything suspicious.
We've just exhausted all search tactics. There's just nothing else for us to search at this time, but there is nothing to indicate foul play is involved. That being said, we're still investigating. We're still there to take tips, any information that anybody may have to help us with this investigation.
Although search efforts are officially demobilized, RCMP say the investigation will remain open and ongoing, relying on tips from the public.
We need some information, and we're hoping and praying that we will get that information and be able to further this investigation.
Jordan Prentice, Global News.
Well, you guys, I don't think... Again, the last time I looked into this, I left the live stream with more questions than answers, and I think that this is going to keep getting worse until we hear from family. We can actually nail down an actual story. It'd be interesting to know what the RCMP were told. Again, I do have a contact email from somebody who could possibly get the ball rolling to uncover some of that information in time. Whether or not they're going to care enough to do it, hard to say. And again, if anybody out there has contact with the family, or if you're willing to or planning on making a donation to the GoFundMe, which again, they are searching. There is search efforts going on. You can just get a message out there that we could try to help them get the word out and make some noise and maybe get some information. I don't know. I don't know what else we can do. I couldn't find him, little black bear. I didn't find nothing. It's disturbing that on those RCMP pages, nothing.
Yeah.
the missing kids page, nothing. What is going on here? What is going on? And if it's because they believe he's in the water or he's in the elements, fine. But that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a voice. He doesn't deserve to be found and brought back to his family. Either way, I'm hoping that the message gets through to who it needs to get through to. How about some final words there, Rob?
Would you be able to be willing to reach out to this lead searcher at all, or no?
Sure. I mean, I can do that. I'm like I said, I'm more, not that I'm not interested at all. That's not what I'm saying, but we need the family to step up and step out.
Yeah.
And we can do it in a way that's going to, they have to know now, Facebook, the dumpster fire of true crime, they're already being attacked, and it's terrible and horrible. And I don't think YouTube would make that too terribly much worse at this point. True or not, like you know as well as I do with the Jack and Lily case, we've heard so many different variations of narratives and whatnot. But if they know what happened and they've had enough time to think about it and rack their brains and come up with all the details, come on. Let's put it out there. And is that the RC? I looked at the RCMP Crow's Nest Pass. I tried to look at the Lethbridge, but the Lethbridge detachment has been closed down. Now they've always been policed by the Lethbridge City Police, but there used to be an RCMP detachment there. There's not anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, it would be on the Alberta side, Little Black Bear. So the BC-Alberta border is literally right there, but he went missing on the Alberta side. So, again, anything else that you want to say? I got to end it. I can hear Harley's just losing his mind.
Make it quick so you can feed Harley. I'll try and do a little bit more digging in this next few days, and I'll get back to you. Just by talking to the lead searcher and whoever, and it was kind of like a little bit mind-boggling with all the websites with nothing on Darius on the websites. It's just mind-boggling. I thought there'd be more than that. Other than that, I go out I plan on going out next Tuesday regardless. I do want to help, so I don't know who is going out there, what it sounds like. Like I said, it's just a bunch of ladies over above 50. So at this point, they've tried to reach out to please bring me home, and I don't know. So I think some family needs to start telling the truth, I think, personally. So, and that's my opinion. And that's all I got to say.
Agreed. And yeah, Rob, I'm perfectly willing to talk to anybody who wants to talk, who wants to put out some truth, who wants to get some traction behind this. But you know, we'll do it for Darius, but there is literally only so much we can do based on the information that we have, which we saw today is not. You can't get the same story twice.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess we'll just keep trying, keep doing what we can do. And with that, I'm going to end it. Thank you, Rob, for being here. My people, if you haven't subbed to Rob, go over and have a look at his channel and sub up. And with that, I will see everybody. I think tomorrow I had a plan. Not telling you what it is yet, but I will see you all tomorrow. All right. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.